Meta's Q3 earnings were solid, but it's not out of the woods just yet. Meta reported strong top-line growth and its highest free cash flow in almost 2 years. It seems like just yesterday that a video went viral showing Meta Platforms, Meta 2.16%, CEO Mark Zuckerberg putting his metaverse ambitions on full display. At the time, the prospects of the metaverse carried some allure, but investors quickly soured on the concept as Meta got a tad overzealous about its new pursuit. The company invested aggressively in its metaverse-related ambitions, which led to a rise in headcount and a big rise in expenses. Even worse was that by trying to grow too quickly, the company lost focus on its main revenue source, advertising. As its core ad business took a hit and expenses ballooned, the obvious byproduct was shrinking profits. The company eventually responded with a meaningful cost reduction period driven mainly by layoffs. The last few quarters contained a lot of bright spots for Meta and the stock rallied, but its Q3 earnings report was somewhat mixed. While its near-term outlook looks cloudy, investors may find that its long-term prospects can weather the impending storm. The quarter was good, but not great. Meta derives revenue from 2 sources: its Family of Apps segment and its Reality Labs segment. The Family of Apps business generates revenue in the form of ad sales from Meta's social media properties including Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Reality Labs is the operating segment for Meta's hardware devices business, which today includes its virtual reality (VR) headsets. Advertising provides the lion's share of Meta's total revenue, accounting for 98% to 99% in any given quarter. In the third quarter, Meta's advertising revenue grew 23% year-over-year. Initially, this looks like a cause for celebration. Meta's advertising revenue only grew by about 4% and 12% during Q1 and Q2, respectively. Management attributed some of this growth to the generative AI features that Meta is rolling into its ad services. The mission here is to help advertisers generate higher returns on spending across Meta's family of apps by better targeting their campaigns. While it's still early, the initial results from these efforts look promising. For example, Meta's average revenue per person, ARPP, across its family of apps was $8.71 in Q3. This was its highest ARPP since Q4 2021. In addition to progress on the revenue front, Meta continued to grow its free cash flow, reporting $13.6 billion of free cash flow, a level not seen in nearly 2 years. Zuckerberg wasn't exaggerating when he referred to Meta as a leaner organization. Given that it displayed such a strong financial profile, why was the quarter worrisome? Well, after getting investors excited about its return to growth, management tempered the mood with some eyebrow-raising guidance. Advertising spend can be fickle. Meta guided for Q4 revenue to be in the range of $36.5 billion to $40 billion. Although this would amount to roughly 24% year-over-year growth at the high end of the range, the details around this estimate made for some discomfort. On the geopolitical side of the equation, management spent some time speaking about the current situations in Ukraine and Israel. Meta CFO Susan Li made it clear that neither of these situations has impacted the business in meaningful ways. However, perhaps in an effort to express some caution and forecast conservatively, she tried to express that cross-border affairs can lead to periods of uncertainty.